Alrighty, you guys, so this video is going to be a video that Alex Rudd Fishing actually did just today, and I thought that I would do my version of the video too. So basically, what this video is going to be, if you read the title, is the best baits of the year. So I'm going to go from early this spring all the way till now, and some of the baits that persistently caught fish all year. So, number one is actually the bait that I caught my first bass this year on, and there's kind of a story behind this bait, the reason why I bought them, and the reason why I started getting into big worms like these. So me and my uncle and my dad were supposed to go down to Kentucky Lake. Well, that never happened. But before I found out it was never going to happen, I bought 2 packs of Green Pumpkin 8-inch Strike King bullworms. So yeah, I bought these two. I bought 2 packs of them, and then found out that we weren't going to go down to Kentucky Lake, so I kind of was stuck with them. So I thought I'd fish them, and I got to thinking, it's cold out. Maybe the bass will want a slow-moving big meal. And sure enough, as soon as I put this on my Texas rig, I caught a fish, and I actually caught 2 fish that day. And one of the 2 fish I videoed, and that is actually the first YouTube video I ever made. So yeah. If you guys want to check that out, you guys can go down through there in my videos and check that out, because I don't know how to link videos. Yeah. So another bait. This bait here I actually got in a mystery tackle box, back when I used to get those. And I actually did a mystery tackle box challenge with this bait and the other baits that was in the box. But I could not catch a fish on any other bait but this one. I only caught 1 fish on this bait. Then I switched over to normal tackle from my other tackle boxes. But yeah, this is a Booyah Texas crawl colored flipping jig. It's got rattles. I don't know if the camera picked that up. I think it did. But yeah, already dropping the lures. All right, that's not good. Okay, so yeah, I'm pretty sure this is actually a tungsten jig too, which is the only tungsten jig I got. So anyway, yeah. So another bait that caught quite a few fish this year for me was a frog. Now, actually quite early this spring, there's another fishing lure I dropped. I want you guys to count how many times I drop lures. See if you guys can count the right number, because I seem to drop them all the time during these videos. A black Spro Poppin' Frog and a Strike King Sexy Frog in Green Pumpkin Pearl Belly color. Yeah, actually had one of my... There's another one I dropped. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I had one of the best days out of a very tough to fish pond with this black frog, and caught like probably 6 or 7. And yeah, had a pretty good day fishing this frog. So then, I'm going to go ahead and go through the soft plastics. Now, these soft plastics I caught fish all year on, but these 2 in particular had a pretty good day to shine. Mainly this one more than this one. This one has caught quite a few fish all year, but this one had its own day. This was a little Zoom swimming fluke on a Strike King flipping jig head with a light wire weed guard. I actually took this, casted it out as far as I could, out in the deepest of the water, let it sink all the way to the bottom, all the way down, and then started really slowly, well, not really slowly, but kind of medium speeds reeling, and I would feel grass on it, and I would rip it up out of there, and usually right after I ripped it up out of there, I'd catch fish. So yeah, I caught quite a few. I think I actually caught like 14 or 15 that day, but I only had 2 or 3 fish on video, which kind of sucks, because I caught a lot of fish that day. But yeah, then the other bait that I was using that day was a white tripworm. And I also was using that black frog. So these baits here these are 4 soft plastics, or actually 5 soft plastics, that I caught fish pretty well consistently all year. Now, one of these baits is more a bait because my dad caught quite a few fish on them this year. And I kind of stopped fishing them this year, and that is a Senko style worm. I actually kind of stopped fishing them this year because I kind of got bored with always fishing a Senko. So I challenged myself to use a Senko as little as possible. And I only caught 1 fish as far as I can remember this year on a Senko. So then you know, the shaky head. This here was a really good bait this year. I caught quite a few fish on it. Just a 1/8 ounce jig head with a little Zoom trick worm in watermelon seed color, I believe it's called. Yeah, that there became a pretty good player this year as well. Then tube jigs, weightless and on a jig head, worked really well this year. Caught quite a few fish on that. Then as I started getting in a little bit more into flipping, these three baits here, you got your Strike King Rodent, your Strike King Rage Bug, then your Berkley Pit Boss. This one here was in California Crawl Color, Watermelon Red, and Green Pumpkin. These two baits, actually I was flipping a tree and caught the two bass that are out in the pond. The Rodent caught the big one that I caught the other day on that little B tube out there. Then the small fish hit this Rage Bug. I can't talk. So another bait. This actually was a bait that I tried out this year because why not? I wanted to get into bigger baits. You know, I'm sure you guys have probably known that next year I'm wanting to get into tournament fishing possibly a little bit more. And I want to get in more to catching bigger fish, biggest fish as I can possibly can. So this is actually not my first hard-bodied swim bait, but it is the first one I caught a fish on. This is just a River to Sea S-Waver in the 120 size in the Party Crasher color. This is actually probably one of my new favorite baits from this year. Then we got some more topwater action, like the Frog. These two baits had their own day. They caught quite a few fish. Sorry, my throat's getting a little bit sore or something. But this one here is a one knocker Heddon Zura Spook Junior. You guys hear the rattles in there. Then a silent spook. This is just a normal original spook. Yeah, these two had a pretty good day. They're both in bass colors, which is not ideal, but I was fishing a pond, and they both have white bellies, so I think that was more what the fish were seeing. They weren't really caring because of the other colors. But these two baits were killer one day. I actually made a video. It was a good video, but it wasn't because my camera, not trying not to knock the phone off there, but my camera decided to act stupid and make it to where it was sideways. So it was kind of a crappy way of doing it. But I did make a video, and I caught probably, I think, 4 fish during that video, I think, which was really cool. It was probably the best video I've made other than that, you know, sideways camera. But yeah, this one here caught 2. This one here caught 2, I think. Or that day, I know they did. But yeah. Now, for one of the stars of the year, one of my favorite baits of the past 2 years that I fished, the Strike King Sexy Dog in Natural Shad Color. Now, I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about it. If you watch almost any of my lure videos, you've probably seen this bait. This bait is got to be hands down my favorite bait that not only that Strike King makes, you know, hard plastic, you know, bait that Strike King makes, but it has to be probably one of my top 5 favorite baits to fish. It is a little bit more expensive than other baits, sure. But this thing is easy to walk. It's a lot easier to walk than them Heddons. And it's just good. I love this thing. I would pay up to $20 for this thing if it was that much. But it's not. And that's what I like about it. Plus, it's got rattles in it. This is the 3-hook model, too. I own 2 of these, or I own 2 other ones. One in the smaller size and one in the same size. But then, last but definitely not least, this bait only caught 2 fish for me this year, but one was the biggest fish of my life this year anyway. This is the River to Sea Whopper Popper 130 size in the bone color. Now, River to Sea is starting to become one of my favorite companies. I own 4 Whopper Ploppers, 2 S-Wavers, and the 2 S-Wavers, I caught 1 fish on an S-Waver and have a lot of bites on it. And the Whopper Ploppers, I've caught 3 or 4 fish on whopper ploppers, but had some great blow-ups on whopper ploppers. This one here, I caught the biggest bass of 2017 on it. Do I think I'm going to break that next year? I hope so. I'm not going to say I will, because if I say I will, I won't. But I do think that I will probably break my record. Will it be on this? I don't know. Will it be on a frog? I don't know. Hard to say what it'll be on. Probably be on a swim bait, because I'm starting to get into that a little bit more. And I'm going to make a video on that later on this week. But I hope you guys like this video. If you do, smash the like button. Make sure you go over there and check out Alex Rudd Fishing's channel. Yeah, he makes quite a few good videos. And like I said, he made this video first. So make sure you go check out his channel. Thanks for watching.